Hello, it is time for more Devil May Cry 4. We're on mission 9, and we can finally get some skills. So I got a ton from the last mission, and I actually want to use it to get this Max Act. So this is a skill that makes the game a lot more interesting, because every time I hit left trigger right after an attack, I get a full exceed bar. It costs a lot because it's really good. So I think it's streak 2. It's just the distance increase for streak. So you go further. That's all we're going to get for now. But as an awesome upgrade. You can see it right there. Now of course the big upside of that skill is that now I have 3 exceeds when I time it just right. It's not quite that significant yet because we don't have the other levels for the exceed attacks, but we'll get them. Anyways, Nero's headed towards this headquarters building, I guess. Yeah, despite all the showiness, these Alto Angelos, commanders, these robot armies, I guess, are really not that scary. They're a little bit more aggressive, and they also organize attacks for the young Angelos. So that's the biggest thing with that. You'll notice there's a lot of different attacks that they can do against you when they organize the other enemies. So the Bianco Angelos become more effective in that round. So you want to kill them first. Of course, if you need to, you can always just kill the other ones. You see that they're directing them right now. They can make them into formations and stuff like that. Their attacks are a lot quicker too. You also can't grab them quite as easily, and they can also teleport. Here they come again. They do all sorts of different formations, defensive, attack ones, stuff. But anyways, these guys shield break too. And that's when you can start doing some real damage to them. Oop, grabbed the wrong guy. Your turn. Yeah, Nero suplexes them, and then he hits them with a drop hit. Ah. Anyways, that's the new addition to this level for now. We'll be seeing a lot more of those Alto Angelos as the game goes on. They join in just about every fight with the Bianco Angelos. Also, obviously, the demons don't get along. The ones that are manufactured, like these guys, don't like Assault, Blitzes, Frost, stuff like that. I'm just grabbing these red orbs here. Also a Devil Star over here, but we'll never use that. And all the way in this corner over here, there's another secret. It's a red orb location. Nothing too big, but it's worth it. And in the other corner, it's a Combat Educator. And this one we need to get an S with. Drop kick it. Of course, the thing with these combat educators is that you can do pretty much anything to them. Unlike the ones in Devil May Cry 3 where they require a special weapon. And there you go. You basically just gotta hit him a whole bunch until you get the S. So there's another blue art fragment. That gives us a blue orb, more life, that's great, and a ton of red orbs. Anyways, we gotta go ahead straight here. And you have to try to use this item. I don't know why, but these laser beams come out of nowhere. They look threatening and all, but you can just jump off the side and go right to where you need to go. And in here, more lasers. Moving pretty fast. You know, they've got some Angelo animation place. Again, I'm gonna go for the Alto nerd first. Let's use my dangerous one. Really, the danger here is trying to avoid all their coordinated attacks. Now, when they get into that kind of position, that means that they're going to try to suicide Ranger. They can only do that when the Alto Angelo is commanded to do it. They basically run into a wall and explode. But if they hit you, they do a ton of damage. This guy's dead. Peace. And that takes care of them. So beating those guys opens up this little doohickey here, which looks a ton like the items that we can get into the rest of the game. Lo and behold, it is. This is another situational item that is implemented to make stuff a little bit more interesting, I guess. Anytime you see these objects, you can use Devil Burner on them. It slows down time. Like you get through these lasers and shit like that. Again, it's very situational. It's basically just a puzzle item. There's nothing special about it. Right in the middle here is another red orb location. Might as well get that. There's another switch here that you can hit and bring down this elevator. This is called the Gauntlet, and it's called that for a reason. It's a gauntlet. We gotta go through a ton of enemies here. Rev up. And first up, probably some easy enemies, scarecrows. These guys go down pretty easily, as we're all used to. And once you beat them, the elevator goes up. Now, there's a blue orb fragment over there, but we can't get it yet. In these rooms, there's a bunch of lasers. These Chronos machines. Obviously, you're supposed to hit them so that you can continue on. Hit that one, activate it again. A little cutscene, stuff goes on, and enemies show up. And you'll see that the Cronus device makes these fights a little bit easier at the start, at least, just because I guess time slowed down for a bit. This guy's gonna piss off if he's doing shit. As always, frosts are quite annoying, but not too bad in small numbers. There they go. I got another floor full of lasers and shit to go to, but before we do that, this door conveniently opens behind us. Brings us out to this platform, which is actually where we were before, and the blue ore fragment's right over here. So you can jump to it to grab it, but I tried to do it to the Hellbringer. Probably gonna miss it a bunch of times. Come on. There we go. Now, you do have to go back down, unfortunately. There's no other way back up, so you gotta reactivate the switch and climb back up. Good thing is there's no enemies here, so at least you avoid that. And the elevator comes back down, we're gonna hop back on. Cronus bullshit. And go back up. Alright, so where were we left off? Another laser puzzle thing here. Chronos thing. Continue on. Go through the doors. This one looks daunting, but it's not hard. Go through the next one. Greeted by a bunch of assaults. Now, I think Frost are fighting these guys, so I'm glad he's fighting them now. Use my double trigger there to just kind of get out of sticky situations. Knocks everybody back in a kind of mini explosion, which is nice. I don't like throwing assaults because there's too many of them running around too often. If it's a couple of them, it can make things a little hairy, just because it leaves you really vulnerable. When there's a few of them, it's not so bad. Finally, we reach the top. There's a green orb here for some health, and a statue that we're not going to use. This is room already. Anyways, this is where we're obviously going to confront Agnes. A couple breakable objects here. I think one of them has a red orb in it. Nope, I was wrong.
So, you've come.
What have you done to Kyrie?
Why don't you check and find out? But don't expect me to be as easy on you as I was last time.
If I have to kill you to save Kyrie, let's roll!
Fight opens, and of course, Agnes goes right after us. Now, this fight's not too bad. For the most part, Agnes will try to use his demonic creation to deal damage to us. stuff like gladiuses, cutlasses, and later some of the basilisks, which you can't see because, well, they haven't been introduced yet. He also uses a gladius to fight himself. And of course you can also use some of these guys against him. Gladius is to be thrown, you can grab them too. They do a decent amount of damage, which is good. And more significantly, these guys actually drop Devil Trigger orbs, the white orbs. So when they explode, it's more Devil Trigger.
Time to die.
I probably should have avoided that, but Agnes eventually does these little attacks where he sucks his health out. When his little shield goes down, you can grab him. Now, just like all bosses, he has a separate animation, which does more damage. You hit him with the Devil Trigger. I'll show you that one in a second. He tries to grab you when he does that. It's really annoying. You. Now that's where you want to interrupt him, otherwise he'll keep doing a good deal of damage to you and he'll suck life. Which ain't good. Stop moving. Cutlasses, of course, I hate. Nope. Let's try, dude. Now here he brings out cutlasses and swings around in a circle. Let me throw it. Of course I missed my chance to avoid it because I'm a fucking idiot. Here he shoots some of the basilisks into us. They're really not really threatening. There's my Devil Trigger. Does a whole lot of damage. This time, buddy. Cutlasses. Annoying.
Samuel! Samuel! I will kill you! I will kill you!
Is that all you got? I think it's time to put you out of your misery.
That's enough, Argus. Go and prepare for attack. Right away.
Let her go!
messy with that fight. We're gonna get an ass ranking? Hell yeah, motherfucker. Alrighty, what kind of wacky hijinks is Nero gonna get into next? Stay tuned to find out.